Welcome back, everyone. Hope you are ready for another deep dive today. You ever get that feeling that history is kind of like a tug of war? Back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what we're looking at today.
Okay.
With this idea of cyclical patterns in world affairs.
Interesting.
And the jumping off point is this quote.
Okay.
Tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. And weak men create tough times.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that one.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
It is.
And it comes from an excerpt that we're looking at today called The Cycle of Strength and Weakness in World Affairs.
Okay.
And it really gets you thinking. I mean, are strength and weakness just these phases in some larger historical pattern?
It's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And you know that quote, although it's catchy, it has kind of sparked a lot of debate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, amongst historians and thinkers over the years. And, some historians find it to be a little bit of an oversimplification. Kind of saying that societal changes are much more complex than just that. And they argue that, sometimes leaders who are considered weak have actually presided over periods where there's been a lot of cultural and technological advancement.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily always about individual strength.
Exactly.
But it's how society sort of adapt and evolve in response to different challenges.
Yeah, absolutely.
So have there been periods in history where this cyclical pattern seems to have played out, even if it's not as straightforward as that quote suggests?
Absolutely. A lot of historians will look back at the Roman Republic as a good example.
Okay.
The early centuries of the Roman Republic were marked by constant struggle and expansion and conflict, which led to, the rise of powerful militaristic leaders. But as the Republic grew wealthy and stable, then we start to see different issues
emerge: internal divisions, political corruption, and a decline in civic engagement.
Right.
And this eventually contributed to the Republic's transformation into the Roman Empire.
Wow.
Which was a pretty big shift.
Yeah.
And, of course, came with its own set of strong leaders and new challenges.
So even in that one example, we see that it's a more nuanced picture than just strong men and weak men.
For sure.
It's about the dynamics of power, the kinds of challenges a society faces, and how leadership responds and adapts or fails to adapt.
That's right.
So that brings us to the present day.
Right.
If we apply this sort of cyclical lens to what's happening right now, what stands out to you?
Well, it seems like we're living in a time of just immense global change and uncertainty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've got climate change, economic instability, and political polarization, you name it.
Yeah. These are all really complex and interconnected issues.
Right.
And, they demand kind of new ways of thinking and problem solving.
Absolutely.
So whether we're seeing the rise of strongmen or the emergence of new forms of leadership is a question that's really open for debate.
And that's what I find so intriguing about this whole concept.
Yeah.
Is that it's not about labeling individuals, as strong or weak.
Yeah.
But recognizing that different times call for different leadership qualities. And maybe what's perceived as weakness in one era could be seen as a strength in another.
Yeah, it really challenges us to kind of look beyond those simple categories and consider the bigger picture. This quote, while it is provocative, shouldn't be taken as a rigid formula. It's more of just a starting point for thinking critically about this relationship between leadership and societal change and historical cycles.
So for those of you listening out there, how do you see this cyclical idea playing out today? What events or trends kind of resonate with this idea of strength and weakness being part of a larger pattern?
Right.
What aspects of this framework do you find most compelling?
Right.
What parts of it do you challenge?
Take a moment to really ponder that.
Yeah, I think.
Because what we've explored today isn't about predicting the future or judging leaders. It's about understanding that history, while not perfectly cyclical, often shows us recurring patterns and dynamics.
Right.
And recognizing these patterns can give us a much deeper understanding of the challenges that we're all facing today and maybe help us navigate them more effectively.
And perhaps the most important takeaway from all this is that if history does rhyme, as the saying goes, understanding those rhymes can help us be more aware of where we are in these songs, so to speak.
Right, I like that. Where do you think we are in that song today?
Ooh.
And what might that melody tell us about the future?
That is a fantastic question to leave our listeners with.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep those minds engaged and keep exploring.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching FutureBond's AI Humans. What's next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more AI insights. See you in the next episode.